Okay. Going live on YouTube right now. Where did Matthew? You still there?
Yes.
Okay, there we go. Okay. Howdy, folks. Welcome to Reveille Networking Online. It is 7:30 sharp, and we are ready to kick this whole YouTube thing off. We are live here at the Abundant Harvest Kitchen in sunny Conroe, Texas, or Woodlands, Texas. Sorry. And I'm Bruce Keene, a proud member of the technology team. We've got Mo Heinland's going to be running Zoom today. David, as always, Mr. David McGuffin is going to be running sound. And I've got Bob Jacinto and Frank Fuss on our cameras today. So let's sit back, relax. We're going to start kick the meeting off at 7:35. Mr. McGuffin will be blowing the blowing Reveille, and we'll get started then. Until then, sit back, relax, enjoy enjoy the sights and sounds of Reveille. Good morning, Marilyn.
Good morning.
We were talking about you this morning.
Really?
Yeah, the it looks like we may have to look for a new place to meet. They're kind of they're so disorganized over here that they're um, that you know that they're creating some conditions that are making it kind of difficult for us to meet here. So we're discussing the possibility of meeting somewhere else. But you know, it came up for IHOP. The idea came up to go over to IHOP, which is, and I told everybody that's where you and I first met, was T-Netters.
Really? That would really be a deja vu, wouldn't it?
It really would, yeah. So, do you remember? Not everybody ate breakfast when we were there, right?
Right. I think we got coffee. I think they served us coffee, and some people ordered. Yeah. The room was rather small.
It was. I'm thinking it was probably about the same size as this room, no?
No, it wasn't. I'd say it
You
was
think it
about
was smaller than this room?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. If you go over there and look at it, I think it's about half that size.
See.
So I don't think that would work size-wise, really.
So we're 20 feet by 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14.
And they at a restaurant like that, they will have less space since they'll be less likely to be me.
So it's about 60 feet by 20 feet here. Yeah, they moved the altar out. And okay, we're blowing Reveille. Howdy!
All right, let's start off with page.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
All right, good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning?
No, it's not really up.
I got a lot of interesting answers.
No.
A hair shy of perfect. You're gonna have to explain.
How do you turn it up?
There's a little volume knob on the little speaker in the back.
Yeah, so you're gonna use the happiness of a TSA to explain your happiness. That's good because I have not seen very many happy people that are checking my luggage. All right, this is already getting out of control. All right. I got my my agenda here, so we're gonna try to keep this gonna keep us on track. Way off the rails. It's gonna be crazy. So if you did not know, you are at Reveille. Thank you so much for coming. I know it's been a little bit dreary outside, but I think we're gonna have a good weekend, right? Yeah, I'm excited. Sun's coming out. All right. All right. So we started with the pledge, started the right way. We got a welcome. I think I just did the welcome. Would anybody say I didn't do the welcome? They did it? Okay, perfect. Check. All right. Recognition. So let's look for our leadership team. Where are you at? Half the room, half the room. All right. Technology team. Not half the room, but a lot more excitement. Everything must be working today. All right, our welcome team. Did they raise their hands or did we just clap for them? Oh, there they are. They okay? Just making sure. I just want to make sure just want to make sure we're recognizing them. All right, our breakfast team, Mr. Andrew. I will say that I do love breakfast tacos. I know that's a switch up. Weren't expecting it, but slightly a switch up. I support it. Oh. So it's like in South Houston. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Oh, really? Oh, that's nice. Yeah, they must have been really frustrated since you were late and they opened early for you. No, I'm just kidding. That's awesome. Thank you so much for doing that. Seriously, that's awesome. So, I have a funny story about that. So, there's a mod pizza in Conroe on South 336 and North 336. I live on South 336. My wife orders pizza. Guess where we go? Well, I went South 336 first. It wasn't there. So North 3636 was what it was. It's very confusing. So anyways. All right. Our Zoomers, where are you at? Bob? There. Okay. All right. All right. Thank you, all these different groups, for coming. We truly appreciate it. Again, thank you, everybody, for showing up. Next is going to be our volunteers. So who's our purpose today? Antonia? History. All right, guys, let's wake Robert up.
Sorry. Of course. Oh, all right. So we're here for 5 purposes. And they gave me a sheet to help me remember what they were. So do we have some business owners here? All right. Awesome. Awesome. How about corporate employees? Yay. And anybody in transition? Okay, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. All right. Those that are retired, group number 4. We have some of those. All right, and giving back, whether it's giving back to each other or the groups or whatnot, we've had a big history of doing that for a long, long time. And then our vision statement is to positively impact business professionals in our community through the development of quality relationships, the passion of the 12th man, and the inspiration to. Thanks. Return to the maroon bag. It says return to the maroon bag.
All right. Howdy, guys. Good morning. Switching it up, seeing if y'all are awake, seeing the difference. Normally, I do the purpose. So I want to talk to you guys about the history. So a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Now, Reveille Networking began in 2016 when our founder, Phil Wilkerson, lost his job. And his job was his entire network. So he basically, leaving the building, he realizes, oh no, I need to make some contacts with people outside of my industry. So Phil started attending Reveille down in Houston, but you know, it's a long ways away. So after some time, he decided to form his own networking group on the north side of town. And so Reveille was born. We have moved to different locations over the 9 years that we've been around, or I think 9 years, 7 years? Yeah, 8 years? Yeah, it's been a while. We've moved to different locations, but it's continued to grow and has reached over 2,000 people. Reveille is an outstanding opportunity for business-to-business networking, and a great number of personal friendships have been made through Reveille. A couple of them a little too rowdy. You know who you are. It's an accident. It was an accident. And we are the only networking group that I know that employs a squeaky toy. Squeak. The coffee must be decaf today.
Good job. All right, who's doing our name tags?
I want to squash a rumor that somebody who we all know and love has been spreading about me. And no, I did not room with E. King Gill back then. Now, I'm not saying I wasn't in the same dorm, but we were not roommates. I can say that beyond anything you want to know. This is about the name tags. The name tags get its, I don't want to do that. There's no first timers here, so everybody knows about the name tags. So I'm going to give you a little extra history about where the tradition of A&M being called the 12th man. And that goes back to the very first bowl game that they were in. And that was the originally called the Dixie Chicken up in let me call E. King. So I'm just trying to be lively this morning. This is the Dixie Classic that became known as the Cotton Bowl. But this bowl game was the 5th bowl game in the history of college football that was played, and it was Texas A&M's first bowl game. And we played Center College, which was from the East Coast. And back, whether you want to believe it or not, back then, the center, epic center of college football was the East Coast. That's where all the strong teams were. And one fact about the Center College is before that game, they had outscored their opponents 385 to 6 or 7 or 12 or something like that. They were truly one of the powerhouses, and they had already been on the West Coast and played a bowl game. And so they were making their trip back, and they got invited and came to the Dixie Chicken. I'm not saying that, but we did give them some extra water, you know. So anyway, one of the rules that had changed, but you had to have at least 11 players healthy to play. And we, at halftime, we were actually winning 2-0 because of a safety. And so Coach Bible knew that we were going to be in trouble, one more injury. And back then, you didn't have pads and helmets and all that kind of stuff. So you had people with broken legs, broken arms. And so, yeah, you know. And they couldn't go to the Dixie Chicken because they couldn't eat the chicken, you know. But anyway, yeah. Yeah, you're going to be sorry that you had me up here. Let me just throw some things out there. A lot of people don't kind of understand this, but this was as a result of the 1921 football season. But the game back then, they didn't do things on Sundays like they do it now. But back then, the game was actually played on January the 2nd, 1922. The coach of Center College, just 3 years before that, had been the head coach at Texas A&M. But the people in Austin whined and complained, and he said, I ain't putting up with that, and he left. So Coach Bible knew that E. King Gill was up in the stands as a spotter for one of the newspapers. And E. King had been working out with the football team, but he was really much, you know, kind of in basketball. And the basketball coach said, hey, Coach Bible, can I go ahead and have him and get ready for the next season starting in just a few weeks? So he said, yeah. Well, what a lot of people don't know is that E. King Gill lived in Dallas. And so they ended up being able to go home and celebrate the holidays. Well, what a lot of people don't know is that was also E. King Gill's birthday. So he said, this is my birthday. They're up here. I don't have a ticket, but I know I can go in there and get in with the team and you know, get freebies back then, you know. And whatever a lot of you don't know is they didn't have buses that moved the team over there. They didn't have locker rooms. So you had to just kind of, you know, get your way over there and carry your stuff and change under the stands. Where's that squeaker when you need it? Anyway, I'm not finished. What are you doing? So what happened was E. King Gill came. He stood on the sideline. After the game, we ended up winning the game like 28 to 14 or something like that. We won our first game. In a radio interview later on, Coach Bible said that on that day, E. King Gill was truly the 12th man. Even though he never went into play, he stood on the sideline ready, willing, and able to go in if needed. Nobody really knows when or why it happened. But over the next few years, all the people and all the students in the stands, they started standing up for the whole game, just to show their support for the team, for the Aggies, for the desire for all Aggies, when called upon, will stand up and be ready to go in. That's why current students stand up during the entire game, except when the opposing team's band is on the field or the Aggie band is not on the field. That's why when you come 12 times, you get a regular name tag, not a paper thing, a regular name tag with the number 12, showing that you are ready, that you have made a commitment to be ready, willing, and able to step in when called upon.
After all that, no. Hey, Donna, before you come up or while you come up, I just want to let you know I appreciate those cards you made more now.
Cards for me because I can't remember the vision statement. And you kept asking me to do, and I was like, I don't know. So, all right, got a little story for you, Eggs, about flexibility and grace. You might have noticed that there's a little bit of a change up here today, and it seems like it's becoming more and more routine. So Tommy and I sat down with Tom Buddy, who is the warden, last week, and they call him the warden in their church, in the Episcopal Church, simply because he's in charge of the space. That's his title. They are in a period of transition. The pastor they did have is gone. They have a temporary vicar who is in for 6 months, and he doesn't even live here. He's just kind of overseeing things. They're trying to figure out what they want to do with the space, with their flock, how they're going to run things. So in the meantime, we are fortunate to be able to use the space. Sometimes we come in and the space is completely changed up, and we have to be flexible, and we have to have grace. Andrew is an excellent model in that. As he was, I don't know if all the Zoomers heard, the order this morning for breakfast went to the wrong place. The home store got changed somehow on the computer. So he had to be flexible. He had to come up with a new plan, and he stopped and he picked up breakfast burritos. So we still have food. I got a phone call yesterday. As I said, Tommy and I had met last week with Tom Buddy and the vicar, and we said, you know, we kind of need a contract. We would like to pay rent. We are using the space. We need to be good stewards. We need to pay you. And he said, well, there haven't been contracts in place. He said, we have a lot of people that use the space. We need to figure out who all gets to use the space, and we need to put something in writing. And we agreed with that, absolutely. So I waited and waited for a contract, and then I contacted him, emailed him and said, you know, respectfully, we were hoping to see a contract, a price, find out what's, you know, what we're going to be doing. We would like to continue to use the space. It's a fabulous place for us to meet. And then he called me yesterday and said, well, we're set up for church. You can't meet there. Oh, I said, we don't have a way to contact everybody. So right now I'm going to tell you, I'm going to encourage you to check social media, because that would be how we would notify you on that. So we started being, you know, how can we make this work? And he said, moving the altar and anything behind there is out of the question. And so the new plan was, okay, we're going to meet on this side. Well, the wonderful tech team and check-in team and the early risers that come and they make the coffee and things like that, everybody put our heads together. Okay, how are we going to do this? We found some smaller tables. We used the chairs that they had set up for church service, and we made the space look like it does now. Before we leave, after we clean up, we'll need to make the church rows and fold up these tables here and put them in the back. Truly, this is their church. This is their temple. This is their meeting space, and we need to be good stewards of that. It sounds as if we're going to be allowed to stay. Again, there's nothing against us. They're looking at everybody that uses this space, and they're trying to determine, they need to meet the needs of their flock first, of course, and they're trying to determine who can stay and who will not interfere with what they're doing. And so there are decisions being made. One of the options that he mentioned was meeting in the warehouse space behind us. I wasn't too thrilled with that because they have people working out in the gym and there would be a lot of clinking and music and things like that. So we're hoping to stay in this area. This morning we walked in and we can't find our big coffee pot. So it's not ours, it was on loan. So we adapted, we're flexible. We're taking things with grace. So we do have confirmed the use of the space on June the 6th when we do Meals on Wheels here. I would invite you to look around. Andrew has already started this process. Are there other spaces that would hold us? Our first choice is to stay here because every time we move, we lose people. They can't find us. We haven't been in a while. We showed up, you weren't there. Our first choice is to stay here if we can work that out with the church. They are again in transition, so they're trying to figure out who stays and what they can work with and what they can't. Apparently, the Altar Society ladies can't live with us moving anything back there, and we will be respectful. We're grateful for the space. So a contract will be forthcoming. He says in the next couple of weeks, we'll know how much money. We haven't been paying them for this space because they really haven't had the contracts ironed out. The last group didn't do that. So we need to start paying for the space. We need to be good stewards of their space. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know how much that will be. I do think when those contracts come out, we will very much discuss what the space looks like when we get to it Friday morning, because this team scrambled to get all the tables and chairs and everything in place. And that's kind of crazy. So hopefully we iron all that out. And I will run that contract to Adam. Adam approves everything. Adam is still president of this organization. So, and of course, it will be discussed with the leadership team as well. So we're kind of in a transition space right now. We are trying to be flexible and we're trying to show grace. That's what I got.
All right. We will let you know what you need to do after the meeting today at the end of the meeting. All right. So thank you so much for that. Roland, thank you for the presentation of the day. We have what? Yeah. We'll discuss. Well, yeah, we'll work out that contract. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we don't have any first timers today, so I don't get to do an interview. No. Yeah, anyways. So we're gonna go ahead and do our commercials. How much time do we have? Well, we got to be a little bit more specific, 20 or 25. 25, okay. We're gonna do 25 seconds. We were gonna do 35, but you know. Sorry, bud. Sorry, man. Give you a hard time. All right, so let's do 25 seconds. Let's start off with our Zoomers. Who do we have? All right, we got Matthew, and then we'll do Marilyn Sanders after you. Go ahead, Matthew.
Testing.
It works.
Thank you. Matthew Barley, IT e-discovery at KBR, and the computer tip of the week. You have 5 months to get upgraded to a Windows 11 because Windows 10 support will be expiring, which means you won't get security updates after October 13th.
Thank you for that. There's applause in the room if you can't hear that. All right, Marilyn Sanders.
Good morning, Reveille. I'm Marilyn Sander with Pro Action Careers. As you know, I have a direct hire employment agency. Well, we're looking for candidates and we're looking for new clients. So I have sales positions open and various things. Phone is going off here. In roofing and flooring, we have positions open in engineering and mechanical engineering, chemical engineering, and electrical engineering. And I may have a new position available in home health care soon. So always looking for candidates, looking for jobs, and looking for new clients that may want to chat with me about their hiring needs. Marilyn Sander, Pro Action Careers.
All right, thank you so much. All right, we're gonna go ahead and go in person. Bob, where are you getting started? Over there. You want the mic?
Lucky. Good morning, everybody. You want to go out smoking hot one more time? Come and see me for pre-planning cremation. Neptune's the site.
Good morning. I'm Jerry Martin. I'm an independent insurance adjuster. Although Mary Beth offered me a job, gave me a box of matches, and told me to show up. I don't understand that.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jack Angel. I'm with Senior Care Authority Southeast Texas. We offer free service to help families and seniors with anything related to senior living and care. We do a self-assessment program for seniors who might be struggling with driving because no one wants to tell mom or dad they can't drive anymore. And if you notice, the last time I made the mistake, it's sitting at the retirement table. And now you can kind of see where I am today. So good morning, everyone.
I have no voice, but I'm Brittany. I'm with Radiant Purpose, and we're a business development company.
Good morning. Tommy Hunter, class of 84. The Dixie Chicken opened in 1974 and has been in continuous operation ever since. If y'all ever get up there, go look for the snake pit. They feed a rattlesnake a little mouse, and it's a lot of fun to watch.
Greetings, Scott Hoffman. Guys, you will live longer if you're laughing at your own mistakes. You shorten your life if you're laughing at your wife's mistakes.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Jennifer Applegate, representing our family company, Impact Fleet. Once again, want to say thank you for everyone bringing me eyeglasses. They are very much needed to help the less fortunate be able to see. Also want to say that we are using Jim Ball to help us plan a cruise. If you haven't used him, please use him.
Happy Friday, y'all. It's Michelle Whitaker, the mortgage loan officer that loves her job. I specialize in mortgages for first-time home buyers, retirees, and our so important veterans. I was introduced to a veteran yesterday. She's a first-time home buyer. She didn't even know the difference, what the job difference was between the realtor and the loan officer. So I got the opportunity to explain that to her. I love having conversations about the whole real estate transaction, including lending. And I want to be a mortgage resource for you, your loved ones, your family, and anybody that you think needs help. Happy Friday.
Howdy. Nikki Hankins, No Dumb Blonde Accounting. I love to clean up messes. So if you hear anybody that's pulling their hair out because of their QuickBooks or their books, have them give me a shout. And have a great Sunday, all you mothers.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. Thanks, Nikki. Hi, everybody. I'm Dawn Candy. My company is I Promote You. I am your strategic marketing consultant, and I specialize in promotional products and corporate apparel if you need that. And I'm also the executive director for Hands of Justice, and I just want to let you guys know we are doing our 4th annual Human Trafficking Awareness event on May 22nd. And I have some flyers here. If you're interested, please pick this up, scan the QR code, come and see us because we've got medical professionals, licensed therapists, workforce integration, how the community can help support survivors after they've exited. Because this, if we all support them to a better life, isn't that what it's all about? Dawn Candy, Hands of Justice, and I Promote You.
Hey guys, Antonio Gutierrez with Edge Home Finance. School's almost out. And usually when that happens, there's a little bit of a shuffle between people looking for the next place to rent, or now I'm worried about what schools my kids are going to go to and stuff like that. So if you know anybody that is looking to rent, you should absolutely have them talk to myself or Michelle about the opportunity of buying a home instead. It's the #1 wealth creation tool that anybody has in the United States. People that own a home are 40 times wealthier than people that don't own a home. So anybody that's going to renew their lease or rent should definitely look at what they need to do in order to buy a house. Antonio Gutierrez with Edge Home Finance. Thank you.
Howdy. Listen very carefully. You are just one excuse away from being successful. And you're saying, what? An excuse? Yeah. Because the last great idea that you had and the excuse you had for not doing it means you don't have the life that you really are able to have. So quit making excuses and get out of your own way. Remember, stay positive in a negative world. Roland Hurst, your man in maroon, saying, gig 'em and have a great day.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Robert Young, my company is Old Glory Financial. We are a financial planning and wealth management firm. It's good to be here. Thanks, everyone, and I will talk to you all a little later.
Morning, Reveille. My name is Ronald Lambert, class of '85 and EMBA class of '03. I'm a hardware IT program manager, still working a contract through Insight Global at Hewlett Packard.
Good morning. I'm Rich Marsh with Between Jobs Ministry. Listen, if you know someone who's in transition, try to discourage them from using ChatGPT. Recruiters I know literally cry when they see ChatGPT resumes because they're all the same and they throw them out. I have a good friend who's a recruiter whose comment was, I can't tell who's telling the truth. And this guy's got such a soft heart, it literally reduces him to tears. So don't use it, okay?
Morning, Reveille. Mike Wells, happily retired.
Phil Powers, retired. Say, I want to give a shout out to Juices Plus today. I've been using it for about a year now, and it certainly has given me more energy, and surprisingly, it's helped me with my balance of all things. But yeah, and just remember, there's 3 types of people in this world: those who can count and those who can't.
Howdy. Right, boy, class 78, half camera, will travel. I travel to different places and shoot people with cameras. Last week I did Don's Women of Distinction. That was a wonderful event on that. Even though we had a little bit of miscommunication on how to get her to the pictures because of a text problem between us, that doesn't make any difference. It was some great women on that, and they were all dressed up. It was like wonderful taking pictures for all those ladies on that. It was a lot of fun. So support her next time, okay? Talk to you later. Bye.
Frank Buss Life Coaching. The reason I am so young at this age is because I have made a lot of mistakes that I can laugh at. Thank you. And for Roland, his message was, you can make excuses or you can make money. Make your choice. Frank Buss Life Coaching. I'm doing another Power of Vision workshop Friday, May 23rd, noon to 1 at the Woodlands Chamber. I take my clients from Eeyore to Thor, from good to great, and frustration to celebration.
Good morning, it's Dinah. Mo. Thank you, Phil. Good nutrition will do wonders to your body. Your body knows what it needs and it will correct itself with that nutrition that you feed it. Juice Plus is simply fruits and veggies in capsules. If you don't want to eat them, if you don't want to throw away moldy fruits and veggies every week after you go to the store with good intentions, Juice Plus is easy. It's in a capsule. It can't spoil.
And I'm Mo Heinlein with So Good, So God. It's biblical heart healing and deliverance for women. And last Saturday we had our event. It was so good, so God.
So we're Dynamo.
For such a time as this.
Fruit for the body.
And fruit for the soul.
Good morning, Reveille. David McGuffin with Space City Payments here. We're your local merchant services broker. We specialize in matching your business with the right technology at the most competitive rates. We also specialize in consumer financing. So for the high ticket merchants, you have an average ticket of $500 or more, we give you the ability to offer financing to your clients. Again, David McGuffin, Space City Payments. It can be tapped, dipped, or swiped. I got a solution for you.
Good morning, Reveille. I'm Bruce Keene, Southern Cross Communications independent office telephone systems provider. If if your business or if you know of a business that has an old telephone system, do them a favor, do yourself a favor, and have them come talk to me. Old phone systems have a tendency of going out when it is least convenient for the business. So let's get ahead of the game and get these businesses on a good cloud phone system. I've been in the business for 33 years. I've seen it all. What's the commercial? I know a thing or two because I've seen a thing or two. Bruce Keene, Southern Cross Communication. Every business deserves phones that say "Wow."
Good morning, Reveille. My name is Jim Ball with Green Vacations. Of course, we have the nationwide drawing for a Italy tour for 2 with Globus, and we'll draw it by July 13th. And also, I wanted to say that we also do domestic travel. I just had some people go to, or book people going to Bozeman, Montana. We provided a hotel, Bozeman. No. Bozeman, and hotels and flights and rent a car. So we do that also. I'm Jim Ball with Green Vacations, and what you call a belt made of $100 bills? A waste of money.
Good morning, Reveille. I'm Bob Jacinto. I'm the owner of Legacy Partners Insurance and Tax-Free Retirement Solutions. We keep you prosperous throughout the storms of life. What that means is provide you with life insurance you don't have to die to use through living benefits. So real quickly, I've got 2 policies I'm paying for my grandkids. They're 6 and 8. And what that's going to allow them to do is have life insurance, living benefits, and $60,000 tax-free when they're 19 years old. So they can use it for college. They could use it for a trade school. We need people in trade schools. Start a business, buy a car. Gives them plenty of options. So let's talk about your grandkids. Bob Jacinto, Legacy Partners.
All right, we get everybody? Take that as a hard maybe. All right. I'm Ray Rogers, run a financial advising practice here in town for Edward Jones, help my clients get to and stay in group number 4. All right, now we got everybody. All right, do we have any announcements? We do? Frank, and then David, and then Robert.
Real quick, this is a moment to celebrate the Texas legislature. Both houses have now passed the bills for Convention of States Article 5 without a sunset clause. Woo! Convention of States is defined in Article 5 of the U.S. Constitution. It defines 2 paths by which amendments to the Constitution can be submitted for ratification. It takes 2/3 of the states
legislatures to pass these resolutions. In those resolutions, they specify the amendments they want to submit. We're talking about term limits for Congress and other federal officials, and I think that includes judges. We're talking about fiscal responsibility, which doesn't necessarily mean a balanced budget, because if you want to spend more, you just tax more. So fiscal responsibility is getting that budget down to a manageable size and maybe even start paying off the $37 trillion national debt. And the third one is eliminating or at least reducing the federal overreach. That's all the three letters that control your lives: the IRS, the FDA, the FBI, the CIA, the CDC, NSA. I mean, it. So, oh, it's awesome news. There was a sunset clause on the one we passed in 2017, which would have expired this year. If we didn't get this fixed this session, it would expire. And so we now don't have to worry about that. And we can work on the other states. We've got 19 so far, and we may get a few more this year, this spring. So this is awesome stuff, guys. Go to conventionofstates.com to learn more about it. If you like that, what you read, then you can sign a petition, which will send a letter of support to your congressman. Send that information to all your friends, families, and enemies all over the United States and inform them. About 5% of the people I talk to have ever heard of what a convention of states is. This is heavy duty stuff and is going to make a difference in everybody's lives for the better. And this isn't red or blue. This is both sides.
All right, I have two announcements. First one, everybody knows what day it is. It's Inspired Leaders Day. It is our 7th birthday. Andy Griever will be speaking. He always gives a good talk. So we look forward to having you guys there. Come early because parking is going to be a nightmare, but we'll find a place for you to park. So look forward to you there. And you guys remember me last summer and fall talking about 100 businesses that care that the net put on? Well, we're upping our game this year. This year, it will be 200 businesses that care. We are in talks with Sawyer Park Ice House to hold it there. We're hopefully going to have the dueling pianos again, but we're also in talks about different types of entertainment for this year as well. But yes, we are upping the game, so be on the lookout because I'm going to be hitting every single one of you guys up to sponsor. And thank you guys. Last year, I was the one that sold the most sponsorships for it. So, and I have this group to thank for that because, No, I just got more responsibility. I just got more responsibility handed to me. So, all right, thanks.
Meals on Wheels here, June the 6th. If you want to give money, we have a Tupperware over there. You can put money in. Definitely let your friends know, bring some people. Also, if you want to stay after and help clean up, we would appreciate the help.
All right. Everyone knows that Memorial Day is coming up on May 26th on a Monday. So on the 25th, we're going to go out to the Houston National Cemetery and put out flags. There's about 111,000 service members buried out there who gave the ultimate sacrifice. So on your table, there's a QR code. If you'll snap a picture of that, I'll get and sign up. You'll get some reminders, etc. But that morning, we're going to meet out at Section U around 8:15. We'll have a picture about 8:50. And that day too, or just a back pickup day? Okay. So, and then from there, we won't be able to place any flags until 9 o'clock, but we will start promptly at 9 and get all of those done. And then the following week, we'll do the pickup. And as a bonus for actually coming, because everybody shows up for the put out, it's pretty well attended, but the pickup is really a challenge to get more people out there for that. But Mr. Scott Hoffman has generously decided to donate a beautiful Reveille cup, coffee cup, for all of those attending the pickup. So I will have on the first day some water and tacos. No. All right. Any questions? Yeah, it'll be at the same time. Yep. Any other questions? Thank you.
All right. For our winners, we have Di in this order. Beth, Mike Wells, and Roland Hurst, if you don't mind making your way up here. All right. So we've got that. All right. You got Chick-fil-A, Subway, and Sonic. Oh, this? We have a wild card between $10 and $100. Oh. All right. Did I miss anything? Nope. All right. Y'all have been at Reveille. Thank you so much for attending. And we hope that you come back next week and share us with a friend. Talk to y'all next week.
Have a good week, Bruce.
And that is a wrap.
Okay, see you later. Bye-bye.
See you guys later. Y'all have a great one.
Okay.